Alright, Sagittarius, it's Tanisha from Tanisha's Tarot. I'm here to do a reading for you for April 2019. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late this month. I've had a little bit on my plate, a little bit extra on my plate, should I say. And yeah, I'm going to get underway. I am tuning into more relationship-based subject matter this month because I've sort of had a bit of a calling for that. And yeah, I'm going to do 3 cards that are going to fly out at me, and then I'll do a bunch of clarifiers. Whoa. Okay, Saggy. Man, you guys got extra cards. Oh well, here we go. So, you got some twin cards, which means they're directly relating to each other. So, I'll kind of read them as such. Alright, so the first card that's come out, Saggies, is the Temperance card. Now, often this card is related to Sagittarius itself. It's about your relationship to your higher self. It is about your balancing things within yourself. It's about deeper understanding of yourself. And it's about like your soul's journey, you know. So, and it can also be about patience, you know, standing in your own power, giving things space to grow, space to unfold as it will. The next one that comes is the Queen of Cups. So this could be talking about you, you know, having stood in your own space, in your own power, kind of like balancing things in yourself, and then being in a space now where you're ready to express love. You know, you've got some spare energy and you want to express it through love. And you're waiting on the shore here. Now, the Queen of Cups, she's very strong. You know, she's a strong individual, and she is quite able when it comes to expressing her feelings. She's quite measured when it comes to expressing her feelings, and she's balanced within her feelings. If she was in reverse, it would be like, whoa, here we go, emotional overload. But no, she's upright, she's balanced in her emotions. Now, hold on, I just got to quickly get the cord to the computer so my computer doesn't die. Halfway through this reading, that would be annoying. Alright, here we go. We have power, Sagittarians. Okay, so yeah, the Queen of Cups, she's very measured in her emotions, but she's all about love, you know. Now, the 9 of Cups with the 7 of Cups coming out together would tell me about the 9 of Cups is a pretty happy guy. This guy too is emotionally stable, emotionally satisfied, and emotionally, you know, in a position to give as well. Mind you, he is pretty content in his singleness. Now, with the 7 of Cups behind him, this is suggesting that there's some allusions to his current state of mind, you know. So it's actually suggesting to me that this, you know, I just keep getting this idea. You're not an island. So sure, you're fine by yourself, okay? You're totally fine by yourself. However, we are sort of designed to interact. And maybe it is a bit of an illusion to just have it that, you know, you're just an island. And maybe you kind of, you know, Saggies can be quite optimistic and they just want to focus on the good and fun side of life. Well, you have to cater for all parts of your being. And interaction, close bonds with others are important, you know. So you might be sort of, there's a 10th cup that's missing here. And you might have been kidding yourself that you didn't need it. Well, this is sort of telling me that actually you're in a space now where perhaps you do, you know. And it's all because you're next to the Queen of Cups here. She's ready for love. So you're sitting there going, no, I'm fine. Actually, that's a bit of an illusion. Yeah, it's a story you're telling yourself. Now, the Ten of Wands is accompanied by the King of Pentacles. So the Ten of Wands is all about, you know, having carried a burden and almost being at a point where you're able to release yourself of this burden, and it's in reverse. So it's almost like you're not going to be releasing yourself of this burden, but it's coupled with the King of Pentacles in reverse as well. Upright, the King of Pentacles is about stability and abundance, and in reverse, it's about maybe not feeling so stabilized and not feeling so abundant, or having fear surrounding these things. So as a duo, this is like the little story that comes through for me here, is that like you're not willing to shed this idea of your stability being shaken, or, you know, your burdens being released. You've almost created a personality, you've created a persona around this idea that, you know, it's all on you, and that you're kind of like the rolling stone gathers no moss, and, you know, it's all on you, so you just look out for you, and that's how you've maintained your stability, and you're reluctant to release these ideas. You're worried that this is going to destabilize you. Unless that's not accurate. You know, life is always flowing, and so did you know that? It's always flowing. Alrighty, so let's do some clarifications here. Just mix these guys up to make sure you're getting some fresh energy. So yeah, clarification for Temperance for the Sagittarians in April 2019. Clarification for Temperance. Alright, this one flew straight out. The Fool in reverse. Alright, so the Fool in reverse, as a clarifier for Temperance, is sort of reminding us that so the Fool upright is like you're in a space of trust, you're ready to just jump out over the cliff and just trust that the water of life will be there to catch you. This is sort of telling me that you're not necessarily in a space of trust or trusting the universe, you know. So this is why you're having to be a bit patient with yourself, because you're still finding that trust. You know, you're almost there, but there's a few more steps to go before you've crossed that line where you're actually back into that space where you're in the flow with the universe, and you totally are in a space of trust that you will leap, and that the next step will appear. You know, you don't need to see it, you will just trust that it's there. The Queen of Cups, clarification for the Queen of Cups. Whoa. I'm sorry, but that is too complicated for me. Just one for the Queen of Cups. Okay, there we go. That's one. Alright, so the Queen of Cups clarifier is the Eight of Pentacles. So this is telling me that you have been doing a lot of work on yourself. This is telling me that there has been a lot of reflection, a lot of hard work, a lot of, you know, you've been paying attention to the details. So you've worked your way to this space where you're emotionally kind of literally on the shores of love, you know. So whether this is in a relationship you already have, although I'm really feeling like it's not, this is like got to do with, yeah, you being ready to enjoy love again. So you might be in a relationship, but you might have kind of just been in your own space, but that's because you were working on yourself. That's because you were doing this work, you know. The Nine of Cups with the Seven of Cups. Ooh. Yep. There's the 1 cup. There's that last cup that you needed to make your 9 or 10. The 10 of cups is like the happy families, happy community, everyone's all together, it's all balanced, and yeah. The 9 of cups is like the Lone Ranger, but happy Lone Ranger. But there's that one I was talking about. That is overflowing with love. That is the one that is going to bring it all together. That will sort of rebalance it all. And that is really telling me that this is the love. It's coming. Yeah. That is cool. Okay, and then the 10 of Wands, clarification with the King of Pentacles. Whoa, okay, 2 came out. Alrighty, so we have the Justice card and the Judgment card. So Judgment is about literally a balancing of things with yourself. Like the Temperance card can talk a little bit of this, but the Judgment card is like literally, you know, it can be likened to weighing things up with God or whatever, but I see it as weighing things up with your higher self, you know, but that's in reverse. So you're not weighing things up with yourself. You're not trusting that higher purpose aspect of things. And Justice is the fact that these have come through together. It's almost like you're waiting on an apology or something. You're waiting on justice to be served. You're waiting for something to, yeah, you're waiting for an apology, or you're waiting for justice to be served. And this is like the burden that you can't put down. And it may be in relation to a king. So yeah, I'm picking up that there's some old karma that you're holding on to. And it's not in line with your higher self. It's not. It's a old karma that's done now. But you're really holding on to it. Really. Oh, this card came out and I didn't even realize. The moon. Okay, so the moon's light will cleanse everything. The moon's light, as much as it can hide things in the shadows, you know, maybe it's what it's saying, you know, you're hiding this in the shadows. But you gotta trust in those hidden forces. Trust that it will cleanse you of this nonsense, and trust that, yeah, whatever it is that you're waiting on for justice to be served, you know, for that burden to be lifted. You trust that the forces behind the scenes are at work, and that every other part of your spread is telling you that love is on its way. So you got to clear this stuff out of the way before it can arrive properly. I'm going to clear that stuff out of the way. Anyway, Sagittarius, that was your reading for 2019, the month of April. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and sharing. If you want to keep in touch to watch next month's video, please click subscribe. And yeah, if you'd like a private reading, just email me. The email is underneath. Alrighty, thank you and happy April.